Hey, welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. It's Monday, and yes, I'm actually live on YouTube because I made a mistake and didn't record my Facebook. So I decided I would go ahead and flip over and do it live. So you're not getting a recording this time. We'll see how this goes. I'm kind of curious to see how many people might watch live on YouTube. I thought about switching over here anyway. It's very hot in Kansas. You can tell I'm wearing a tank top. The heat index with the humidity today, they said it was 127, which is really warm for us here in Kansas. We are going to do a technique called paper piercing tonight. I used it in my technique class and I thought it was really fun and wanted to share it with you. I'm going to flip the camera around. And I'm also going to plug my computer in because it was getting close to dying. And I thought, oh, I've got time. I've only got to do one recording. Well, now that I've had to do two, it's not happy. So let me plug it in real quick here. While I'm doing that, I'm really excited this week to tell you that I am getting ready to go to a leadership conference in Las Vegas. We get to meet, not that one, we get to meet once a year, and this is our week to go. And I'll get to learn from some leading speakers on personal growth and development, team building, doing things for customers and creating a good customer base. So I'm really excited. I've got good friends I'm going with. Can't wait. I leave Wednesday and I'll come back Sunday. So Kent's got to hold the fort down while I'm gone. All right, so I got my computer plugged in. I think we're going to make it. If you're watching live, please let me know. I've never done a live on YouTube before, so I'm kind of curious to see how this goes. So if you have some feedback for me, I would appreciate it. Tonight, this technique is, like I said, called paper piercing. What I have done is I've taken the Incolors and I've embossed them with 5 different embossing folders. Let me hold these up here for you so you can see them. So you can see they all have different patterns. Nice thing is, of course, you can flip them over and get a little different look as well. So I'm going to be using these. On the Facebook Live, I use the, I told them it was 1 inch, but I think maybe they're 3/4 inch. Let me check real quick here. Yep, I told them 1 inch. It was actually 3/4 inch. And I used a design. I'll show you how that turned out. I used this. So that's what I made. I think this technique is just so neat because it gives you all of this texture. And then if you want to add a greeting to it, you can. I like it like this because I just like seeing all the patterns and the textures on it. So now I'm going to show you how to do this. And as I always say, it's much easier than I thought it was going to be. And I'm using the silicone mat because I'm going to get glue on these strips and I don't want them sticking to my table or tearing my paper. So I want to show you something we learned during the technique class. And that is that you want to kind of lay these out before you glue them down, because you don't want these white corners to show. You want to be able to layer over them with your strips. It looks like maybe I guessed right on this one. So I'm going to bring this down here, and you'll notice I'm sliding them to one edge because I want to trim off the edges and leave as much extra as I can so that I have that piece that I can use again later. You want to make sure that your edge doesn't show. So see, I'm bringing this one down. Oh, no, you can't see because I'm off the screen. I'm going to bring these down. Well, I'll go ahead and start gluing them down. I originally started with the blue, the piece of paper that was in the spot of the blue card, but then I kept ending up with little white triangles on the corner, and I didn't like that. So we're going to try and go the other way this time. So today is your last day to take advantage of my 21% off. I'm celebrating 21 years with Stampin' Up. You know, when I signed up, I told Kent I was going to buy what I needed for tools to start making cards because I had not made many cards before, and then I was going to quit. And my good friend was here with me, and she said, I'll help you stay active long enough for you to get the stuff you want, and I'll be able to get what I want. Here it is 21 years later, and I tease Kent, well, I still don't have everything I want. But we all know that that's because they just keep coming out with such great stuff. All right, so you can see I'm kind of spacing these out. I want them all to be about the same white, you know, have the same white between these. And I just can't get that one quite right, so I'm going to just start over. So the 21% off is good until 10 o'clock tonight because I want to put the order in before I head to bed tonight. So if you want to take advantage, it's one item. If you want to order a suite, you can order a suite. You can order a stamp set. One person just ordered the Take It Peel Crafters tips, whatever you want. It just has to be something that I can order for you. You do need to send me the order because I need to take the 21% off because Stampin' Up's not offering this special. So I need to be the one to take that for 21% off. All right, now what I'm going to do is just take my scissors and snip it off so that I'm even with the white. I think that looks kind of cool. Isn't that fun? Just those little triangles on the edge. We're going to keep all these pieces because you just never know what you might need when we get to the other side. All right. Actually, I may try to add one more. I think I will. I'm going to add one more. Remember the kits are on sale for the month of August. Amazingly enough, we're already getting towards the end of August. I cannot believe that. Although I have started back to school, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. I've subbed one day at the high school and one day at the middle school. No, I'm not going to be able to do that because my strip's not quite long enough. All right, so we are going to turn this now. If I can get that to work, I really want that to work. I can. Good. There we go. All right. So high school last Friday and the middle school today, and boy, they're having a hard time trying to figure out how to get sports practices in with the heat. It's just been awful. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it. Let's see, I think I'm going to do it like this. It'll be a little easier to see. And I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to go this way now and line it up. I'm going to make sure I cover up this point with the first one here. And then I'm going to spread them out just to kind of see how it's going to look. Let's see if I have enough. Whoops. Welcome to my hands. I've been having a terrible time with my arthritis. All right, so we'll lay that there. I have had some questions from customers wanting to know if I'm going to do a Christmas card buffet this year. If you are interested, would you please let me know? I did it 2 years ago and didn't have very many participate and thought, well, I'll do it one more year. Had some participate last year. And those people have been asking, are you going to do it again? So what I do is I have a lot of Christmas card designs in buckets, and you can come look through the buckets, decide which cards you like, and you're able to make those cards. I usually price it so that you can make 6 while you're here. And then if you want to make more, you can. I just charge an additional fee for the extra cards. All right, so see, I was going to end up with a little white spot there. So we're going to slide these all over just a little bit. I started doing this and I just kept making them and making them. And it's like, oh, this is so cool. My friend Sarah, I think, tried to tell me about this technique a long time ago, and it just didn't click what she was telling me. And I just didn't take the time to research it. And now that I've been playing with it, it's like, oh, I wish I would have listened to her a long time ago, because this has been so fun to do. So you're going to just take these, make sure you have about the same white, and you want to, this piece must be a little crooked. I wonder if this is one I trimmed. Some of these I've cut because they were already pieces that had been put on a card. All right, there we go. There, okay. Let's see, what was I telling you? Oh, the Christmas card buffet. You want to make more, and then what I do is 1 month I'll start with like 6 or 8 designs, and then the next month I add to those, and every month I add more. And so when you come, if there's one you made the previous month and you really liked it, I most of the time will have it out. You can make some more of that one, or you can do some different ones. It's a great way to get some of your Christmas cards done ahead of time. If you're interested in that, please reach out to me. You can email me, you can leave a message here underneath the video, you can text me, some way let me know that you're interested, and let me know what day of the week would work best for you to have the class. I'm going to try to pick a day of the week that works the best for the most people, so that you guys can come to class. We will have class in probably 2 in September, because August has gotten away from me. 2 in September, 1 in October, 1 in November. And if you attend all of those, then in December, your Christmas buffet class is free because you've attended all the others. And I've had a couple of people be able to get that class for free because they came to all of them. Now you're noticing I accidentally slid these over a little bit because that one is not covering up the corner now. That's okay. We're going to turn it this way, and it's kind of like a continuation of this. So we're going to use this pattern, and we're just going to line them up this way. So let me grab my strips, and it looks like I may need to cut these off here. All right. Crop and Cup is good grief, August 29th. From 6 o'clock to 8:45. It will be at the 10 and 2 coffee shop here in Bonner. It's a free event. The only thing I ask that you purchase is a drink from the 10 and 2 coffee. They have a great strawberry lemonade that I had last time, unsweet tea, coffees. They do have a bar if you're a person that drinks alcohol. You buy a drink and bring a project to work on, and we'll just spend time crafting together. So we had a great time at Kitten Cup that was last week. Yep, last week. And now we're talking about Crop and Cup. All right, so the nice thing is this piece here is going to cover up this corner. I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. So when I asked some friends what this technique was called, they told me it's called paper piecing. And if you choose to lay all your pieces down and then emboss them with one embossing folder, it's called the quilt technique, which I thought of so many of my customers because a lot of you are quilters. I have not tried the quilting style yet. I've just done the paper piercing, which I'm going to have to try it sometime. So I'm just continuing the pattern here, and you can decide how much space you want between them. I kind of liked this amount, and so I've just continued to use that. As you can see, I'm using pieces that were already attached once before. So I did 2 strips that were 5.5. These are 5.5 by 1/2 inch. And so I cut the cardstock that was 8.5 by 11. I just cut it in half and then cut my 1/2-inch strips. And everybody got 2 strips of each size of each color, and they all went home with extras because we didn't really need as much as I provided, which is always nice. That way they have some to take home for their binders and stuff too. Don't forget the kits are on sale, 10, 20, and 30% off. Some of those kits, when the warehouse is cleared out of them, they will not be offered again. So if there's one that's been around for a while and you still haven't gotten it, I would encourage you to get it quickly because there's a good chance it won't be coming back. I don't know which ones are going away, so I can't help you out with that, but just make sure you check out all the kits. They've added some new kits in the last couple months, and even those are on sale. So they didn't limit which ones were on sale. They just kind of changed whether it was 10, 20, or 30% off. All right. There we go. All right, please let me know if you're able to watch this live on YouTube. Like I said, I've been thinking about doing it live on YouTube. I've been told it might be a little easier to share the videos if we start on YouTube. So we'll see how this goes tonight. So as you can see, I'm just cutting off all these strips. They are sticking to my scissors, but I hope you notice they did not stick to the silicone mat. And then what I do is I take it to the sink, spray it with some Dawn dishwashing soap, scrub off the sticky, and then it'll be all nice and clean and I can start again. I'm going to have to clean my scissors too. They've gotten really sticky. All right. So, and I messed up right here and it's really bothering me. So I'm going to fix this. See, I didn't get the edge all the way. So I could do it like this. I can also just trim that off, but I'm just going to put one little piece right there so that that white isn't showing. There we go. Makes me much happier. All right. So now what I can do is I can mount it on my cardstock, and there's my card. At the class, I wanted them to be able to put a greeting on here if they wanted it. So I recommended, boy, this has gotten beat up, my double oval punch. So they did their greeting on this one, and then they used a piece of scrap paper. You could put another strip across here if you wanted to. You could put some ribbon. I really like showing the cool pattern. So on all of my cards, I've left it. And then on the inside, grab the one I did earlier. I just put one of the strips here. And I've started doing a few cards where I don't put any greeting of any kind on it. And that way I can grab it and just write whatever it is that I'm needing to share with a friend. So I hope you've enjoyed this technique. Like I said, it's kind of addictive. Once you start doing it, you're probably not going to want to stop. The ladies really enjoyed it in class, and I wanted to share it with you. So there's the 1/2-inch version, and this one is the 3/4 inch. So you can see just a little bit different. I mounted them opposite directions, so it looks a little bit different. But as you can see here, they're pretty much the same. So I hope you've enjoyed this technique. I will be out of town. Oh, I did forget, club members, the orders are in. I will try to get those to you before I leave, and if not, we'll get them to you as soon as I get back. If you have questions, let me know. If you want to take advantage of my 21% off, I need it by 10 o'clock tonight. Here's my cards. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Have a great week, and